I'm sure you've heard this several times. Your network determines your net worth. But still, unfortunately, a lot of people do not know how to build a solid network system that actually helps advance their lives. Now, building the right network is one of the most powerful tools that you can use for your personal, professional, and even spiritual growth, because the quality of your network will determine the quality of your outcomes to a very large extent. People are important in our lives. We need people as much as people need us. And if you do not know how to build a right network of people, you are shortchanging yourself. Building a right network requires intentionality, it requires commitment, and it requires strategy as well. And that's what I'm about to share with you in today's video, how you can actually build the right network of people that help you advance the purpose of your life and move it to the level where you know it's supposed to be. Before we go into the main video of the day, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to join this community. This is a community where we show you the tools, the principles, the strategies and framework to literally level up your life and become the very best version of yourself and live life at maximum capacity. So go ahead right now and click the subscribe button and the bell just right beside it so you can get instantly notified whenever we upload new videos every Sunday. And then we have a number of digital resources that you can take advantage of to help you on your level up journey as well. These resources range from resources that help you communicate effectively, resources that actually help you communicate your thoughts, your ideas, and your feelings in the most excellent, eloquent, and effective manner. We also have a digital resource called the Mindset Resets, and this one is to help you break the limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from actually making real, tangible progress in your life. We also have the Vision and Purpose Mastery webinar replay video, where we delved into understanding what true purpose is, getting clarity on what purpose is, how you can figure out the purpose for your life. And then we also talked about vision, mastering vision, creating grand visions for your life, and then ensuring that your everyday steps are aligned with the vision that you have created. And then we also have the Masterclass with Winnie replay videos, where we touched on topics like vision and purpose mastery, actionable goal setting, depth, competence development, personal branding, and then we also had a whole section on financial literacy. I'm going to put all of the links to these resources in the description box down below. You can get more information about them and then access them as well. Now, delving right into the topic of networking. Building the right network of people. Now, this is not just networking. It's more about building the right network of people. I used to be one of those people who thought that I didn't need people. And I could make it because I had God, I had His Holy Spirit, and I didn't need people. But I was not very quickly, because I learned my lesson the hard way. Apart from even studying from the Word of God, which is where I get a lot of my life principles, that you actually need people. Even God needed people when He wanted to come to the earth. He needed Mary and Joseph to come into the earth and penetrate. God made each of us to need each of us. None of us is here for ourselves. We are here for each other. I didn't know this at that early stage in my life, and I deluded myself into thinking that I didn't need people. And I think that came as a result of the fact that I didn't just like to interact with people because I wasn't the most confident version of myself. I didn't really like myself. I didn't like myself around people. I felt I was being judged. I felt very downcast. I had very low self-esteem with these people. And because of that, I thus felt, I didn't need people to survive, and I'll put all my hope in God. But of course, there was an awakening for me, and I quickly realized the importance of people. Having people in your corner. I mean, not just people, having the right network of people in your corner. You need people to advance your cause. And I always say right now, after I was liberated, that the more right people that you have, the faster you can actually get in fulfilling the purpose for which God has called you into the earth. Because if you wonder how the rich are able to actually get rich despite having just 24 hours in a day, one of the reasons is they are able to leverage their rich network of people. People can range from friends, family, team members, staff members, co-workers. Even the security man at the gates of an office can be the one to give you access. A chairman's EA can be the one to give you access to that chairman that you've been chasing for so many years. You need people. You need people. And that's why one of the biggest things I preach is for you to become a people person. Love people. Be warm to people. And embrace. Open up yourself to actually be involved in people, with people and the things that they do. I had to say that just to reiterate the points that I'm about to share in today's video. And it's just very important that you understand that we all need people to advance the course of our lives. And this video is going to give you all the strategy on how to network right and correctly. And of course, get the right people in your network so that you can expand your net worth. Okie dokie. Some of the successes that I have gotten today was because somebody I know spoke a good word on my behalf. Sometimes the people are in my circle, sometimes they are not, but they have come in contact with me one way or another, and they're able to open doors of opportunities for me. We've had collaborations. I've got into business partnerships that has given me heavy return on investment just by knowing people and getting into the right network of people. I have the most beautiful, gorgeous, hardworking, well-skilled friends who have also opened doors for me, and who I have also opened doors for. I'm able to access their wealth and their resources. They're able to access my wealth and my resources just because I have them in my corner as part of my network. So it's very, very important that you become a people person and start building a rich network of people, because, like I said, you never know when you will need somebody to open a door. So what are some strategies or practical tips that you can use to actually start expanding your rich network? Let's dive right into it right now, okay? Before you can actually start building a rich network of people that actually add value to your life, you also need to be a valuable person, because the people you are looking for that will add value to your life are also looking for people who add value to their lives. And trust me, they do not want anybody who is going to be invaluable to them. So if you want to network with Winifred and you want to get into my network, you don't expect that Winifred just wants just anybody in her network. She also wants a quality person. So when you come to me, are you a quality person? Are you a quality person that I can look at and be like, okay, I want you in my network? I'm not saying look down on people, but you need to be valuable in some way. I mean, your existence on its own makes you valuable, but there is more that you need to be able to give and offer and be as a person beyond just existing as a human being. Even though sometimes just existing is valuable enough on its own, but those cases are very rare. So you need to become a person of value, okay? So with that being said, let's now move into the strategy on how you can actually network the right people and get them in your circle, or get into their circle. The very first thing you need to do is you need to be very clear on what your vision and purpose is, so that you're not chasing everybody and you're not attracting everybody. You don't want everybody in your circle. Having a rich network of people is not necessarily having every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your circle. And if you are not sure of your destination or your reason why or your purpose for existence, it's easy to just have every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your life. That in itself can literally shortchange the quality of your life, where you have so many people in your life that you don't actually need. So you need to clarify what your vision and purpose is, so that you're very intentional about the moves that you're making when you are giving people access into your life, or when you are also accessing other people's lives. There's some people you don't need on your journey. To know that, you need to know what your vision and purpose is, and you need to be very clear on it. What am I here to do? What is my vision? What is my purpose? What are my values? What do I uphold as true? What do I uphold as real? You need to clarify those things first before you can even now go into getting the people or getting them into your world or going into their own space. So, have you clarified your vision? Have you clarified your purpose? Do you know what your values are? Those things are things you need to clarify before you can even start the building process of building a rich network of people. Okay. The second thing that you must do when you want to start building your rich network of people is you must master relationship building skills. Guys, relationship building is actually a skill that can be mastered. The reason one person is able to maybe go into a social function and is able to talk to everybody there confidently, boldly, is because they mastered relationship building skills. What are these skills? Communication skills. Confidence is a skill. Self-control is a skill. Knowing what to say, how to put your words together. Body carriage, carrying yourself right. All of those things are skills. Putting your physical appearance together, knowing how to dress up, look good, smell good, talk good, smile good. All of those things are skills that you can actually learn that can help you build a rich network of people. Imagine if you don't know how to speak good English. How do you want to network somebody who speaks very good English? Imagine you want to network somebody who looks really good. How do you want to approach them if you don't look good yourself? You have to practice and master emotional intelligence. That's a very good skill. You need to learn how to be kind. Kindness is a skill. So you need to understand that relationship building requires skills. It requires you to polish up yourself and shine at the highest and maximum level. Trust me, if you don't look like the version of yourself who you are proud to meet, don't expect that somebody else is going to be proud to meet you. So go work on yourself. Go polish up yourself. Polish up your communication. Polish up your physical appearance, your dressing. We have the Art of Speaking course available. Get the link and go and start learning how to speak effectively. We have the style book coming up. You will know how to put yourself together and style yourself correctly. So you need to build relationship skills that can help you keep and maintain the relationships that you will now start getting when they eventually now start coming into your world with the next strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? So the next thing that you do, the next strategic move that you make when you want to start building a rich network of people is for you to be strategic about where you show up. Don't show up everywhere. And that's why it's important for you to clarify your vision, clarify your purpose first, so that you're not just finding yourself everywhere. Don't be the one attending all the social functions. You might attend all the social functions and meet 100 people, but end up not having real connections with these 100 people. But for example, someone like me, I have a very clear vision. I know where I want to be in the next 10, 20 years of my life. So what am I doing? I am intentionally going to places where I can connect with people that will get me to that place I want to be. You will find me at conferences where systems or structures of running an organization is being taught. You will find me at conferences where wealth is being taught. You will find me at events where I know that I can meet people who can take me and lead me further to this vision that I have of maybe the vision can be vision of wealth creation, the vision of managing an effective organization or an effective school, the vision of running multiple businesses. You will find me in places where we're talking about how to strengthen friendships, because that is actually what that's a vision I have for my life, to have one of the best solidified form of friendship, of group of friendships. So you have to clarify your vision and your purpose first, then be strategic about where you show up. Not everywhere deserves your attention. Not everywhere deserves your presence. Be mindful of the places you go to, and be mindful of the people who you give access to in your own life as well. And that can only happen when you are clear on what your vision and purpose is. So I put down in my notes that opportunities to connect are everywhere, but you will grow faster by being intentional about where you go. And one question you can ask yourself that can help you be more intentional is, where do the people I want to meet spend their time? Then go there. And you can only successfully or effectively answer this question if you have clarified the vision for your life. Where do you want to go? What do you want to attain? What are the things you want to do? And then ask yourself, the people that I need to get to that next level, where do they go to? How do I meet them? Then go there and be very strategic about those places that you go to. That's one strategy that you can use. I've heard a girl say that sometimes she gets dressed and actually goes to restaurants, to high-end restaurants to have dinner and or lunch just because she knows that big executives of organizations come there to have lunch or dinner as well. And then she uses that opportunity to network with them. Somebody says that they actually go the extra mile to pay for business class tickets so that they can network with people in the business class lounge of an airport or even in the aircraft itself. I use that as a strategy, to be very honest with you. Sometimes when the spirit says go that way, I go that way. And I always find that there was one person who is still my friend till this day that I met in the aircraft, the business class lounge. He sat beside me in the aircraft and we literally had conversation throughout the entire flight, and I was deeply blessed by the conversation. And of course, I've kept in touch with this person till this day. So you need to be very strategic about your approach and where you find yourself or where you go. Is it a social function? Is it an event? Is it a seminar? Is it a church? Is it a group in your church? You know, there's somebody in that church who can take you to the next level. Why not join the group he belongs to and then use that as an avenue to network? You need to be very strategic in your thinking. It's not being manipulative. It's just being strategic. Where are the people I want to meet? Where do they go? Go there as well. Okay. The next strategy that you should use to grow your network is, now when you have now gone to these strategic places where the people you want to meet are, please lead with value. Lead with value. And that's why I said you must become a person of value. Don't go there asking, what can I get? Go there asking, what can I give? Lead with value. This one has no explanation. And I've seen many people who fail woefully at this. They come to you and the first thing they're talking about is how I don't have money, I'm broke, I need this. Did I come to this world to be taking care of your needs? Is that why I'm here? Me, if I have needs and I need people to take care of me. So if you come into my network and you want to make me somebody that is a solid part of your life, don't come to me asking me for things. Ask or present or offer me value that you know can help me in my life. That's the fastest way to get yourself into somebody's heart. When they know that there's something you can offer them, you become invaluable, you become indispensable. They can't do without you. So lead with value, and the way to do that is ask, what can I give? Instead of saying, what can I get? Share useful insights, share opportunities with these people, share resources, introduce them to somebody who can help them solve their problems. Don't be there as a problem. Introduce them, be a connector, be the person who connects them to somebody else who can solve their problems. And that's how you become valuable to them. Engage with their work. Be committed to their work. You can even do something as little as just even listening to them talk to you. Let them just talk. Just listen and be there, talk and listen to them. Let them see that you are a good listener. Next time they will invite you again for something. Next time they will call you again for something. But be a person of value and then lead with value when you meet somebody who you know you want in your network. Okay? The next strategic thing you can do to build a rich network of people will be for you to master the follow-up game. A lot of people, this is where they actually fall off the bandwagon of building a rich network. They don't follow up. Now, there are strategic ways to follow up. Let me tell you something here. Collecting a person's phone number or somebody giving you their phone number doesn't mean anything. I always say, don't just have phone numbers, have contacts. There's a difference. Don't just have phone number, have contacts. Because a phone number can be on your phone useless for years, redundant. You can't even call. At some point, you even forget that you have that person's phone number. But you want to turn that phone number to a contact. Contact is somebody you can actually contact and call when maybe you need something. Maybe not even need something, somebody you can check up on. You need to turn that phone number to a contact. And the way to turn it into a contact is what? Follow up. Get your follow-up game intact. Let it be 10-10. Let me tell you what I do. When I really want somebody in my network, maybe I've finally gotten in the presence of that person, and then I have the opportunity to have their phone number. First things first I do is I ensure that they save my number on their phone. So when they ask me for the number, I'll be like, can I impute it by myself? So I take the phone from them and I impute my number and I save it. And I tell them this is what I saved it with. And then I say, give me your number. So I get their number, I save their number, and immediately what do? I go on WhatsApp and I send them a message. So I ask them first, are you on WhatsApp with this number? Majority of the time they are on WhatsApp with the number. I send them a message and then I say, I've sent the message, and they look at it like, oh, they've seen the message. I'm like, okay, that's the first thing under my follow-up strategy. The next thing I now do is, maybe after a day or 2 or 3 days, something else that I know that I do so well is, because I have saved my number on their phone and they've saved mine on their phone and I've saved theirs on my phone, whenever they post a WhatsApp story, something on their WhatsApp story, I find a way to just comment. So I keep myself on their radar, especially if it's people I need for something. This is me leading with what? Value, not leading with my need. So what do? I just respond. I'm like, oh, you look, maybe they post a picture of themselves. Oh, you look gorgeous or something. I will just respond somehow to that story. The second day I'll respond again. Maybe 3 days after, I will just send a follow-up message and ask a question. Oh, how was this or how was that? Depending on the connection, how we were connected, or what got us connected. I will find a question and follow up. And then maybe another time I can just say, can we do lunch? Can we do dinner? That is how I actually follow up with somebody I want to meet. Now, don't use this strategy of you meet somebody somewhere, and the next day or even a few hours later, you send them a long ass message. Like, don't send long messages, pouring out your problems and then saying it's a privilege to meet them. No, it's not a privilege to meet anybody. We're all privileged to meet each other. So don't pour long messages and saying you are Just do subtle follow-up, like their story post, respond to the story post, check up on them subtly. Oh, how are you doing? And then try as much as possible to ensure that your message relates to what actually made you guys meet up in the first place, wherever you met up. Then one time, maybe offer lunch, offer to do dinner, offer to do something. You can even go on a trip. That is actually how I've built my lasting connections. That's how, for example, I met my friend, my bestie, Mojibade. I saw Mojibade from afar and I said, I want to know this girl. But I didn't go into her DM saying, I want to know you. What did I do? I followed her first on Instagram. But from following her, I started commenting and engaging with her posts. In fact, I didn't even know when she followed me back, because she eventually followed me back. And then one day I was celebrating my 1 million subscriber milestone and she posted it on her stories. And then was in my DM saying, oh, Winifred, congrats on your 1,000 blah, blah, 1 million subscriber milestone. And she was talking about how she wanted to apply to be my friend. This person I wanted to be friends with and I was just subtly engaging with her page was now in my DM. And that's how we have become besties right now. So follow-up game. Make sure that your follow-up game is not just straight to the point. Be very strategic in the follow-up game as well. Come up with your own strategy. I promise you, if you lead with value and then do this follow-up, you keep these people and change them from just people who you have their phone numbers to actual contacts who you now go on to do different things with in life. Okay? I've touched a little bit on this next one, which is leverage social media the smart way. I've touched a little bit on it, and social media was how I met Mojibade. How do you leverage social media? You want somebody you want to connect with. Don't just go into their DM saying, I want to connect. No. Start by strategically engaging with their posts. When they make a post, make a comment. Make a nice comment that compliments them. Make the comment once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 12 times. Let them notice you. Let them notice you. Then you can now go into their DM and then offer value. Maybe they make a story post on their Instagram or Facebook or wherever. When you see the story post, respond to the story post and maybe hail them, depending on whatever they have posted. You are building social relationship with these people that will end up turning into equity if you know how to sustainably maintain it. Equity in terms of you now use these people and not use. I don't like using the word use. You can now reach out to them. For example, I'll give you an example. There was one person who I wanted on my couch to have host an interview with me. We've not hosted the interview yet, even though she's finally agreed. But this person was not on my radar. And I remember we had tried to reach her via email, but she didn't respond. I think according to her, the email got lost in a bunch of emails that she probably would receive. So I decided to change my strategy. What did I do? I followed her first of all on Instagram, and I started engaging with her posts. I would comment on the post, I would reshare sometimes, I would even now comment on her story post. And so somehow she started noticing me. She followed me back, started engaging with my post. And then when it was now time for me to ask, it was now easy because now she follows me. It's easy for her to see my message that I would send to her via DM. And in less than 5 minutes, she responded and she was like, Winnie, do you even have to ask? Of course, I'm available, but I'm only out of the country now. When I come back into the country, we will do this together. And that's how I was able to build that relationship, by leveraging social media. So don't be the one that's on social media scrolling. Be smart. Okay. The next practical way that you can actually build your network is for you to expand your circle through collaborations. Partnership and collaboration is one of the fastest ways to grow your network because it gives you borrowed credibility and access to new audiences. This one is for maybe you are a content creator and you want to increase your followings or your influence. You can actually perform what you call collaborations, and that's one of the major strategies that a lot of influencers use to grow. Reach out to people. Reach out. And this actually is somehow linked to using social media as a leverage or as a tool to actually get in contact with this person. Because, for example, this lady I talked to you guys about just now, when she eventually comes on the couch, I'm going to be leveraging her audience and I will be growing my audience, and she grows her audience through me as well. That's the power of collaborations. So it's important that you're using collaborations to grow your circle. You can have joint live Instagram, go live on Instagram together. Use Facebook, use Instagram to grow your business, to grow yourselves, and not just scrolling all through. You can co-create events together, co-create webinars together, co-create things together, collaborate on projects, start up businesses. You can start up businesses with somebody. Maybe you have the mental capacity and then they have the financial capacity. Both of you come together and collaborate. So use collaboration to expand your network, okay? Another one here is invest in environments that stretch you. And this is where I'm going to talk briefly about the Excellence Elite Membership Club. Now, I know how many people have connected with each other via the membership club. I know we're like-minded because we actually would meet a couple of times in a month. We have a community and a group where we interact and talk and exchange ideas, and a lot of people have exchanged information. I have sourced some service providers from the Excellence Elite group who have rendered us service that we have paid. So many things has happened as a result of us creating this environment that is now called the Excellence Elite Membership Group. So you now need to find groups like that and key yourself into, because there you will meet people that are of like mind who are looking to grow, advance their purpose. That group is such a wholesome group that every time we meet, I always get so inspired, so fed. I get so full with the kind of people that are there. They're so inspiring with the things that they share and they talk about. So get yourself into that, force yourself into those environments. Join the mentorship group, join that club, join that organization. If possible, even pay to be a part of it. Pay to be a part of the group. In church, is there a group of people you want to be like or you want to access? Join the group and pay to be a part of the group if possible. That's another way to actually build a rich network of people. Another strategy that I use to build my rich network of people is I am audacious. Be very audacious. When you go to a place, for example, maybe you are at the airport and you run into somebody you've always wanted to meet. Maybe it's a public figure or maybe just the head of an organization. You recognize them. Be courageous and audacious and go and meet them and do what they call your elevator pitch. I mean, of course, remember what I said, lead with value. But when you meet them somewhere that you weren't expecting to meet them, instead of turning into a groupie and you're bringing out your phone to take pictures, can you connect yourself and find a way to get them to know you and then have a rich conversation with them? So be audacious, be bold enough to walk up to them. And you can only do this, one, if you're clear on your vision and purpose. 2, if you have mastered relationship building skills, if you have mastered communication, if you have mastered emotional intelligence, if you have mastered how to look put together, if you have mastered body courage, that's why those things are important for you to master. So go, when you see them, be courageous and audacious and walk up to go and meet them. My friend Mojibade did something the other day that I'm like, girl, okay, girl. We're together in the lobby of was it a hotel? Yeah, we went for an event and we're in the lobby, and then somebody passes by that she had always wanted to connect with. My sister got up from the chair. She was like, Winnie, I'm coming. And she walked up to this person and introduced herself. And just a few days later, the person found her on Instagram and was like, I commend you for your effort in walking up to me to come meet me. And somehow they have connected. Be audacious and be courageous. But that can only happen when you are super duper confident in yourself and have built relationship building skills. Okay? The final one that I've put down here on my list, of course, there are so many ways to actually build a valuable, rich network of people. But these are the ones that I know I have put to work and have actually produced results in my own life. The final one is be a connector. Be the connector. Be the connector of two people. One of the fastest ways to become valuable and memorable in any circle is to introduce people to each other. So, for example, my friend has a need, and I know somebody in my circle, within my circle, who can provide that need. I will not hold back from connecting them. Some people hold back. You're holding back your blessings. There is no need holding back. Share. Let them meet each other. I know some people will say, oh, they will now be doing things together more than me and I'll get jealous. You need to kill that jealousy and build self-esteem. If they do that, let them be going. You find another friend, you find another group of friends. But connect people. If your friend needs somebody and you know that person is in your circle, connect them. If there's a service provider that is in your circle and somebody else needs that service provider, connect them. Don't be afraid to connect people. That's actually one of the fastest ways to actually build value and give value to somebody else. And from there, you guys are building a rich network of people. I know how many people Mochibade, for example, has connected to me, and I know how many people I have connected to her. I know how some people in my network assist her in the work that she does. I know how people in her network assist me with the work that I do. It's just a connection. And I see having a rich connection of friends as me not just having them as my resources, but I have their resources as well. The people in their own connection, in my own connection as well. So you see how it has a multiplying effect when you have a rich network of people who are connecting each other and you're just expanding and growing up the network. My final words on this topic is networking isn't just about collecting phone numbers. Please, if you don't take anything from today's video, take this. Networking is not just about collecting phone numbers. It's about building relationships with people that you will know will be valuable and you can be valuable too. So before you start thinking about networking, it's not just, oh, give me your number. Can I have your number? When you get from that, can I have your number stage? How do you follow up with these things to actually turn these people into real relationships that you can pick up your phone and make a request or make a demand or even give value if you wanted to? My final words, a handful of strong, authentic connections will open more doors than hundreds of shallow ones. So the question I have for you today, how rich is your network? Do you just have a bunch of people running around your life? Or you have people strategically positioned in different parts of your life who are able to actually open doors for you and provide value as well as you provide value for them. If you don't, it's time for you to start building your rich network of people. And the very first thing that you have to do, start from the foundation of gaining clarity on what your vision and purpose is, and then of course working your way up from there by focusing on all the other things I've shared. And if you have anyone that I didn't mention in this video, let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below. That's pretty much all I have for you guys for today's episode, and I'll see you next time with another one. Until then, remember to stay very, very excellent. Take care.